Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Watson and welcome back to another episode of Watson's FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Now since last week I've made a few changes to the squad. I used the coins from the placement matches and what I really emphasised here was pace. Now in net we have Artur, we have Asuna at right back, Thiago Silva at centre back, we have Boateng at centre back, Angelino at left back, we have Andre at centre defensive mid along with Rodri. We have Mahrez on the right wing, Vinicius Jr. on the left wing, and we have Richarlison and Rodrigo up front. On the bench we've got Bravo, Bartra, Lozano, Pepe, Ericsson for 4 more games, Hulk, and Raul Jiménez. And in the reserves we've got Anderson Talisca, Milik, Stones, Tomori, and Harrell. Our manager is, of course, Magnin. So in this video, I'm basically going to be talking through the highlights of FC Waistcoat's first weekend league. So this was the first game, and we made a bit of a promising start. We created some good chances right off the bat. And we were pressing quite well. Here came another challenge. So we started off really nicely. We were winning the ball. We were keeping the ball. We were just really struggling in the final third. There was another strike there, just wide. And then, again, another great tackle, but we just couldn't capitalise on it. Until Rodrigo, and we scored first. Now, I would say keep an eye on this guy because he has been incredible in the games this weekend. He's brilliant at finishing. But then, as is often the case, things very quickly went wrong. We were outpaced at the back, as we have been many times before. And again here. But this time Boateng, luckily, managed to get it back. And obviously I was feeling a little bit confident at this point, 1-0 up. Little did I know what was going to happen later on. See, there's some really nice little link-ups, nice exchanges. We just couldn't find that finishing touch. I think I was almost guilty of trying to overplay it, really. And then we fell into the trap of being completely outpaced by the attack. And then, as you can see, they managed to get an equaliser, which was disappointing. I did try to buy some centre-backs that had pace, but even they couldn't stop the speed of these counter-attacks, which were absolutely ripping us to pieces. So we go into the second half, 2-1 down. And it's more of the same. St. Maximin scoring again with 3-1 down. And then just a few moments later, this happened. And it was 4-1. And then it was 5-1. And as you can see, our defence was pushed so high up. But they didn't stand a chance of catching the likes of Sterling. And then another one. And so the game ended 7-1. Which was a really poor start and fairly embarrassing. So I tried to tinker with the formation a little bit. I thought I had the players. I just couldn't quite get them to play how I wanted them to play. So I looked online and people said that this was a solid formation, 3-5-2. So I thought, I'll give it a go. So this was our second game against this team. Artur managed to catch a fairly straightforward chip there. And we set up a bit of a counter-attack in the first few minutes. Rodrigo And a great finish, except he was offside. And I did not even realise he was offside, which is a real shame because that was a lovely goal. But then we were back in familiar territory and absolutely falling to pieces at the back.
Not wasting much time today. They strike first. How could he take them? Well, it could be on for him here.
I don't even have anything to say about that. It was absolutely shocking. So that's 2-0 down within the first 12 minutes. Defence is all over the place. It's a 3-on-2. Thankfully, we actually managed to win that one back. And again, try and set up something of a counter-attack. Rodrigo plays a great ball through to Mahrez. And Mahrez hits it off the post. Of all the places for it to go, it went off the post. We just had no luck at all. And then Richarlison with a nice little dummy. And dummies the keeper. And it's 3-0. And I'm wondering at this point whether or not this Ultimate Team Road to Glory is actually a good idea. But then we got a counter-attack. A header there falls straight to Rodrigo, who, as I've already said, he's a fantastic finisher. 3-1. So there is hope. There is possibly light at the end of the tunnel. Or so I thought. Until that incredibly stuffy goal went in. And then they scored a fifth. So the massive thing in these two games is that we weren't just getting beaten, we were getting absolutely obliterated. Our defence was just all over the place, we were too high up, we were getting outpaced, they were scoring every time they came forward. We managed to pull another one back through Jiménez. I had a tweak with the tactics to make the defence come back a bit more, to try and be more attacking. And it was around this time I discovered Rodrigo's pace. And then, as you can see, we managed to pull another one back. So we got it to 5-3 with lots of time left. So I was feeling quite encouraged at this point. That wasn't until this penalty was given. Now I remember I did not touch anything on the controller. The keeper just came out and took him out all on his own, which was annoying. But he saved the penalty, so there was a sense of justice there. So then here we go again with Mahrez dinking a ball over to Rodrigo, who then, a fantastic finish. So now we had about 15 in-game minutes left to try and find an equaliser. But then this happened. And just like that, our dreams of a comeback were shattered. And as we try to get over that, they scored again. We just completely fell to pieces. And would you have guessed it? They got an 8th. And actually, they scored a few more. It ended up being 11-4, which is incredibly embarrassing. But anyway, we played a few more games. In the next one, we lost 5-3. So we'd gone 4 games, and we'd lost all 4 of them, which was annoying. But anyway, here's the next game. And Vinicius Jr. coming in with a lovely finish there. So it's 1-0 after 9 minutes. And he left. So the 6th game, we'd played 5, won 1, lost 4. We were coming up against a lot of teams with really high ratings and really, really high chemistry, which is something that I need to work on with this team. But we had Lozano there on the wing, crossed it in. A brilliant finish again from Rodrigo. 1-0. So a great tackle there at the back by Tomori, which then set us up on a counter-attack. Rodrigo, brilliant. Footwork there. And no one can stop him when he gets to that point. And his finishing is just top class. 2-0. 26 in-game minutes gone. Now, unfortunately, things started to go a little bit wrong for us here. We gave the ball away, and on the counter-attack, Kane managed to pull one back for them. We started to put together another attack. We have Raul Jiménez there to Rodrigo, who pulled it back to Jiménez, back to Rodrigo, and then it was 3-1. Good stuff. Vinicius Jr. with a nice 1-2. Runs into the box, lays it off, and it's 4. We were absolutely storming it. How many goals could we possibly get in this game? Well, nope, that was it, because they left again. So then we went to game 7. We played 6, won 2, and lost 4. And again, another team with a really high rating and really high chemistry. And this was our own fault. We messed up there. And we're 1-0 down. And again, absolutely killed for pace. And it was 2-0. And then it was 3-0.
And 30 minutes left for play in this match. Excellent block.
Then we managed to pull one back through our Rodrigo, despite the fact that theirs had scored a couple. I had a shot there, but it was blocked, and then, just like last time, the counter-attack was just absolutely brutal. Our defence was too high up. Again, it was a 2v1, and he wasn't going to miss. 4-1, hat-trick for Rodrigo on their team, and it ended 4-1. Another defeat. Game 8, we played 7, won 2, lost 5, and this one was against Net 6 and Chill. Interesting. And, yep, you probably guessed it, we started off by conceding first due to absolutely abysmal defending. But then, from the corner, we managed to put together something of an attack. Acuna sent to Vinicius Jr. It's Rodrigo. Great little darting run inside, a great ball through to Lozano, and it was 1-1. And he threw himself into the crowd, ignoring all social distancing guidelines, and again a mistake at the back. A great save, a good little tackle there. At the death, Rodrigo charging forward. Teammates into support, plays a great ball through to Jiménez. And we took the lead. Who'd have guessed it? 2-1. Then we had a throw-in on the left-hand side. Played a few passes, nice footwork. I was starting to get into a bit of a flow here. Jiménez crosses it in for a fantastic Lozano header. And he decided to run on the ground sideways, which is an interesting celebration. Intercepted again. Rodrigo goes into the box, great footwork, messing about with them, and a nice little finish there. And they left. Now, the next game, we got absolutely destroyed, 8-5. This was the last of their goals. Pogba pretending he's a chicken. And then in the 10th game, again, we got beat 7-4. Here was the last goal in that one, Charlison, right at the very end. And we also got destroyed in the next game as well.
Aware of the threat, solving the problem. Rodrigo, he's in with a chance.
Again, we managed to pull one back, but in the end, we got battered 4-1. And then game 12, this point we'd played 11, won 3 and lost 8. coming up against, again, a very, very good, well put together team.
Rodrigo.
However,
Can he put
things got off to a fantastic start with new signing Cancelo, who chipped over the ball to Jiménez with a great finish there.
to switch the play?
But then a fantastic long ball from them and a cross into the box. We tried to get it away, but then it came out to Tolisso. Nobody bothered closing him down because we don't know how to defend, and it was 1-1.
High up the pitch.
And then, before you knew it, yep, it was 2-1 against us. Who'd have thought? Everybody would have thought. But fear not, because 5 minutes into the second half, we had a fantastic counter-attack, Vinicius Jr., and he levelled it up. 2-2.
What a match this is turning out to be.
And yep, they left again. Now, I didn't think that was very fair because I thought I might have got back into that game and actually won it, but it went down as a draw.
Raúl Jiménez.
So this game, again, got off to a fantastic start, creating chances right from the off.
Down the shot. Raúl Jiménez.
Jiménez plays the ball through to Rodrigo, who again is such a clinical finisher. 1-0 in the first 19 minutes.
Defenders defend, goalkeepers make
And of course, it wouldn't be an FC Waistcoat game if we didn't then do something incredibly stupid
This could square the game.
and concede.
What has transpired?
And that's what happened. 1-1.
A massive turning point, and momentum is with them. What can
Now,
they do?
after a sustained period of possession, Jiménez snuck through and placed it into the bottom left. We were actually in the lead again. And at this point, I started to figure out how to actually tackle properly. So Cancelo there won the ball fantastically. Rodri charged forward. He lost the ball, but then won it back straight away and played in a brilliant ball to Rodrigo, who crossed it to Jiménez for a header. And it was 3-1. We were really starting to find our form and get into a bit of
Potential.
a rhythm. Cancelo charging down the right, whipped a ball in. It was punched away back to Cancelo, who just cut into the box and thought, why not? And it was 4-1. Have to say, Cancelo is a pretty good player. He's quick, he's good at defending, and he can cut inside and finish as well. Good stuff. Another fantastic tackle there. One straight ball through, and then Jiménez with a cheeky little dink. And it was 5-1 and a hat-trick for him. And would you look at that, he left as well. Now in our 14th game of the weekend, we were getting absolutely battered again, 6-2. We managed to pull one back within the last 10 minutes. This is that goal here. We've scored quite a lot of goals from crosses into the box and headers, so that's something we might have to look at moving forward. But Rodrigo is such an able player, really good on the ball, can score with his head, score with his feet. And then in this game, we were losing 3-1 after a red card. We managed to pull it back to 3-2. We still had a lot of time left. Here we whipped the ball in. Could we get the equaliser? And he left. Which again, I thought was not fair at all because we had all the momentum and they just quit.
Look at what his qualities are. Is he a good hold-up player?
We scored within the first 10 minutes. Who was it? Well, Rodrigo, of course. And then not long after, we managed to get ourselves a second. Vinicius Jr. running into the box. And a smart finish.
Take it away. Firmino.
Now we did have a bit of a setback when we once again messed up at the back. And they took advantage. 2-1, 20 minutes in.
Still plenty of life in this match.
And then we went and did this.
And Sterling has it. And here's Robertson. Harry Kane. Oh, a goal.
Sad times.
They've completely changed the equation. Ziyech.
So now it was 2-2. And
It's with Roberto Firmino.
we just conceded a very sloppy goal. And then we just went and did the exact same thing. 3-2. Absolutely destroyed at the back. But then, right before the second half, Vinicius Jr. charging into the box. And Rodrigo there with the easiest sweaty goal you'll ever see. Second half, 3-3. And again, Jiménez plays it through to Vinicius Jr., who has got incredible pace. Keeper comes off his line. And it is a great little dink over the top. And it is 4-3. Woohoo! And then Kane has it here. But great tackle there from Angelino, who was filling in for Cancelo, who accidentally got sent off in the last game. But anyway, Rodrigo attacking. Great little bit of footwork there. Plays it across to Lozano. Saved it. Rodrigo on the follow-up, and it was 5-3. Hat-trick again for Rodrigo. And that is a player in form. And we weren't done there. Vinicius Jr. again charging forward to Jiménez. Plays it across to Lozano, who got another one. 6-3. So many goals flying in. And that was the end of it. And then we came to our 17th game, where we played Nice Cut G, which is very kind of him. Very kind of him to say so. Lozano was completely wiped out in the box. That was something of an assault, to be honest. And then Rodrigo stepped up to take it. And he buried it into the bottom right-hand corner. 1-0. And a funky little dance there. And here, literally just a couple of in-game minutes later, we intercepted it. Gundogan plays the ball out to the wing. Rodrigo finds himself there, crosses it in to Jiménez, who then plays it back to Gundogan. And a absolutely beautiful team goal there. And Gundogan goes and wipes his face all over the camera. And again, we intercepted another one here. Jiménez, beautiful finish, finessed into the bottom right-hand corner. He even apologised, but that wasn't good enough, and he left. 18th game. Now, if you look at some of these players Sweaty FC have here, you'd have thought we would have gotten absolutely destroyed. And the way the game started, it seemed like that is exactly what was going to happen when Aguero scored this fantastic half volley with his left foot. And then we managed to get one back. Bit of luck about it, but the keeper saved it right into the path of Vinicius Jr. And we managed to get on level terms. And this was in the second half. And then, again, Gundogan managed to get on the score sheet and get us ahead. It went from 2-1 to 3-1. The second goal, for some reason, wasn't captured on when I was recording, but I'm pretty sure it was great. And then at 3-1, charging into the box here, pulls it back to Vinicius Jr. and it was 4-1. Which at this point I was quite surprised about because of the quality of the team that I was playing against. And that could have been it. That could have been it, but it wasn't. We were just absolutely dominating possession. Jiménez with a nice bit of footwork trickery, and the keeper comes off the line, and we all know what that means. A sweaty little dink, and bye. Game 19, another really strong team with pace as well, with the likes of Sane and Sancho. Things of course got off to a terrible start. I think that we really could have saved that off the line, but oh well, 1-0 down, and then, not long after, crossed into the box and Lewandowski got the second. But one thing about FC Waistcoat is that we do not give up. So here we are, 25 in-game minutes in, Cancelo in some space, finishes it very nicely, 2-1. And then, a few moments later, Jiménez to Vinicius Jr. Back to Jiménez, to Gundogan. Had the shot, it was blocked, fell to Rodrigo, who got it to Andre. Vinicius Jr. Jiménez with a fantastic finish. Top left. 2-2. Few moments before half-time, Vinicius Jr. picked it up from a pass from Lozano. Andre with the ball. Just messing with it on the edge of the box. Fell to Rodrigo, and he wasn't going to miss from there. At this point, I'd really figured out the tactics, the strategy, the formation, defending. Things that I really just didn't have a clue with what I was doing previously. And it was really making a difference. As you can see here, right before half-time, it was 4-2. So from 2-0 down to 4-2 up. Gundogan there doing Dele Alli's weird little hand-eye thing. It wasn't all plain sailing though, because unfortunately, Thiago Silva made 2 silly challenges and then got sent off. So we were playing with 10 men, which was concerning. There was the possibility that we might have a complete collapse, but no. Instead, it was the opposite. We intercepted the ball, and we just kept charging forward. And then 4-2, very quickly, became 5-2, with 10 men. Richarlison with the finish.
Tried to place it, Derek, but he couldn't place it farther from the goal if he tried.
And again, at this point, it was all about just trying to keep hold of the ball, trying to be careful, and yeah. Whoopsie. So we had 9 men and 10 minutes to hold on. We just tried to keep the ball as much as we could. It was pretty difficult, and they did manage to find their way through. Thomas Müller to Lewandowski, 5-3. And that's how it ended. We won 5-3 with 9 men for the last 10 minutes, which was impressive, but I really need to work on my tackling. So then we came to Bordeaux FC, the 20th game. The rating was pretty poor, the chemistry was very similar to ours, I think. And within the first 16 minutes in game, Rodrigo did what he's been doing all day and scored a fantastic goal. He was actually a little embarrassed by how good it was and apologised to the home supporters. A great interception. Again, I was really figuring out how the tackle button works without taking the man with me. Jiménez through, and of course, you do not come running off your line when it's one-on-one with Jiménez, because it was a nice little dink, and it's 2-1 at this point. Right before half-time, Gundogan plays a beautiful ball out to the wing. Here comes Lozano again. And again, a bit of good fortune. Jiménez tried to chip it. It bounces off the keeper's hand, back onto Jiménez, and trickles into the net. 3-1. Now this was just bizarre. Keeper tries to obviously dink it over me, and then he missed. Jiménez missed. But he didn't let that get to him, because it's literally seconds later, Vinicius Jr. passed it in to Jiménez, who dinked it over, and it was helped in by the defender. Technically it was an own goal, but it was already going in. 4-1. And not long after that, some great passing. Vinicius Jr. with a beautiful finesse into the bottom right corner. Will we finish there? Nope. Rodri with a nice little pullback there. Flicks it back to Jiménez, who got another 6-1 in the 66th minute. Whew, a hat-trick as well. Not bad for missing an open net earlier. Lozano intercepted another poor distribution from the keeper. Beautiful turn from Jiménez, and he got his 4th. It was 7-1. Literally moments after he got his hat-trick. 7-1. You might have thought that's the end of it. No, here comes the keeper. Jiménez, he doesn't chip it this time, he dummies. And he buries it. Very versatile. A variety of different finishes. And he ain't bad at dancing either.
Plenty of running room in the wide position.
Now they did manage to get another goal back. Our defence obviously getting a bit too excited and moving up a bit much. But 8-2. And then we gave away potentially the worst penalty ever with their player challenging Tom Daly for his diving spot. And our keeper psyched him out by doing some kind of mime act. What a save that was. But then, just to finish on a high note, Rodrigo there to make it 9-2. So many goals in all of these games, both conceding and now actually starting to score as well. So this is where we ended up. Our skill rating, still in Division 6, our skill rating 858, and we were in rank 1. And that's how we finished. So we'll leave it there for this week, and we'll see what happens next weekend. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. And also, why not subscribe so that you can see all of these videos when they're uploaded every week, as well as the other games that I upload every Monday. Thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.